Weather Service in Raleigh. It's Nick Petro with your Thursday routine weekly briefing for Central North Carolina on this 23rd of May. We're headed into the holiday weekend here, and unfortunately, we have some unsettled weather to deal with this weekend. Again, May is oftentimes a busy time of the year for thunderstorm activity and for heat. And, no surprise, it's tough to get a really dry weekend in May. But anyway, we'll give you more details in a moment. But I do have some breaking news. NOAA issued its official forecast for the hurricane season earlier, maybe about an hour or so ago. And this is the headline from the NOAA.gov webpage. NOAA predicts above normal 2024 Atlantic hurricane season. So La Nina and warmer than average ocean temperatures are the major drivers of tropical activity. So again, no surprise there. I think probably all of us watching this probably saw several other entities in the weather enterprise, including many universities, have put out their predictions, pretty much showing the same thing. Now, I will be emailing these slides out. If you're on our email list, you can get it that way. I'll also feature this story at the very top of weather.gov/Raleigh. So if you get these slides, you can click on that link above and go straight to the news story, or check us out at weather.gov/Raleigh, and I'll have a link to it on the top of the web page. But here's the details, basically. So the official NOAA hurricane season outlook calls for 17 to 25 named storms, and you can see that's well above the average of 14. The hurricane prediction is for 8 to 13 hurricanes. That's above the average, obviously, of 7. And major hurricanes, 4 to 7, and that's above the average of 3. And so anyway, you can see there's the outlook. So it looks like it's going to be a busy hurricane season. Now, how confident are we that will be the case? On the left side of this graphic, there's a seasonal probability. And what that means is there's an 85% chance it will be above normal. But you're like, well, what are the chances it could still be below normal? Or what are chances it could be normal? Are there any chances it could be above, or I should say below or near normal? Well, yeah, there always is. Things could, could certainly change the pattern or whatever. It's the weather, right? Changes can always occur, right? So near normal, only a 10% chance. Below normal, only a 5% chance. So there you have it. 5% chance that this hurricane season will be below normal. So that means there you have it, the orange, 85% chance above normal. So that basically tells you we're pretty confident that it's going to be a busy season. So with that in mind, definitely go to ready.gov and download some preparedness plans, learn about hurricane preparedness. If you go to hurricanes.gov, at the top of that page, you can click the link for hurricane preparedness there as well. There's a lot of opportunities, places you can learn about how to get ready for the hurricane season. And if I were you, I'd get ready. I would definitely check over your plans, strengthen them. Do that both for your business, your home, your school, whatever your situation is. Definitely get ready for this hurricane season. And if you're curious, here are the names for this year's hurricanes and tropical storms. So anyway, there you have it. The outlook for this year's Atlantic hurricane season. That's not the only news in town. The other news is we've got a chance for severe thunderstorms today across central North Carolina. It's a marginal risk, which means isolated activity. That's a level 1 out of 5. We are expecting numerous showers and thunderstorms tracking across central North Carolina later this afternoon through the evening hours. 3 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the timing that we're figuring this will happen. If we do have severe storms, the expectation is that the hazards will be large hail and damaging winds, and that mainly in the afternoon, trending to mostly damaging winds in the evening. Okay, so either way you slice it, whether it's large hail or damaging winds, there could be an opportunity for it to be severe. What do? You stay weather aware today and tonight. You check the latest forecasts and have ways to receive our warnings and take action when a warning is issued. Seek shelter, get indoors, and protect yourself. All right, and your folks. So anyway, that's the outlook for our severe thunderstorm outlook for today. Looking at the big picture pattern here, you could see, look at the pattern. It's very unsettled today, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Monday's missing from the graphic here because we just ran out of space, but it would be pretty much look like Sunday if I had a Monday graphic there. And the reason we included the Tuesday graphic because that shows a transition, which basically, we're going to have a cold front sweep through, and then that should help decrease rain chances for the latter half of next week and decrease temperatures. So that cold front's going to be, I would say, beneficial in many ways once we get to that in the middle of next week. Keep in mind, this pattern will result in several opportunities for severe thunderstorms later today, and again on Saturday is when we think the next best chance is. But you know what, in May, when you have hot temperatures like we have, lots of energy in the atmosphere, lots of humidity, even, there's always a risk for an isolated severe storm pretty much. You can never rule it out when you have such heat and humidity like we've got this weekend. High temperatures the next couple days will be either a couple degrees either side of 90. So get ready for that as well. Now, that said, it won't be a washout this holiday weekend. It ain't gonna be a washout, but you need to make sure you have a way to stay weather aware, make sure you have a way to receive warnings so that if a severe thunderstorm does pop up, that you can get notification about that and have plenty of time to seek shelter if you got outdoor activities, okay? So, yeah, it's a little unsettled, but certainly not a washout. Chance for isolated severe storm, make sure you have a way to get those warnings. All right, what about how much rainfall are we looking at? Well, you could see pretty uniform every day. It looks like, and I'm sorry the labels for the day are missing from this slide, but day one obviously would be today. The middle, upper middle, day two would be tomorrow, would be Friday. The upper right would be Saturday. The lower left would be Sunday, and the lower middle would be Monday. So clearly you could see by the time we add it up over the next 5 days, we're looking at, could get anywhere from, maybe an inch of rain. Some places that receive heavy downpours could get up to 2 inches of rain. I think you have a better chance of seeing 1 inch of rain than you do of 2 inches. But again, that'll be really dependent on where those heavy downpours from thunderstorms evolve. All right. In terms of which days do we have the best chance for those thunderstorms to be severe? Right now, we're looking at today, later today, in this evening, and Saturday. The severe threat is not too far away tomorrow, so definitely check back for updates. But there'll be like I said, there'll be a risk for thunderstorms pretty much every day this weekend. But the right now, the days with the best chance appear to be again later today and this evening and Saturday. All right, so several opportunities there. So this is the latest drought update. It looks like last week, if you see down there in the lower middle of the screen, you can see what last week's drought status is, and that's been cut back quite a bit. So we've almost been able to, and actually D0, the yellow is abnormally dry. That's not technically drought, it's just dry, right? So even that's been pulled back. Only a small sliver of northeast North Carolina is abnormally dry at this point. All right, what about excessive rainfall? The point of these slides is basically to say that any slow moving or repetitive storms can result in isolated instances of flash flooding. It's not a guarantee it'll be flash flooding. It just means that, there might be an isolated spot or two, depending on where those heavy storms, slow moving storms set up, can never rule out isolated cases of flash flooding, okay? All right, looking further ahead. Remember I said earlier that a cold front's going to sweep through the middle of next week? Well, after that cold front, it looks like we turn drier and cooler. So that's what these graphics convey. A trend towards drier and cooler from basically the middle of next week to the latter part of next week. All right, yeah, it's pretty much as I started out to go in the theme of tropical cyclones, right? The National Hurricane Center is watching a large area of cloudiness and showers over the southwestern Atlantic with a trough. An area of low pressure is expected to form within this system a few hundred miles north of Hispaniola in the next day or two. Environmental conditions are not expected to be conducive, but some slight tropical or subtropical development is possible. while the low moves northeastward through the weekend. So they're only giving it about a 10% chance of formation through the next 7 days. So point is, we're getting into that season. We're going to be keeping an eye on the tropics here, and we'll be featuring these graphical tropical weather outlook slides in our briefings here through the hurricane season. All right, so let's take a look at the graphical hazardous weather outlook. These little color boxes, often affectionately called chiclets, as we like to refer to them, kind of is meant to grab your attention based on the color coding to show you which days have hazards, if any. And you can see right there jumping on kind of off the screen here, the orange and yellow. Well, basically that's highlighting there's a chance for lightning pretty much every day right through the weekend into early next week. What about excessive rainfall? Possibly today with those slow-moving storms. The hottest days, if you look below that, excessive heat, we have highlighted Sunday and Monday. So, you might be thinking, well, your forecast is only showing maybe 90, lower 90s. Well, keep in mind in May, we're really not quite acclimated yet to the hot temperatures. So, come August, 90 might not feel that bad, but in May it feels pretty hot. So anyway, keep that in mind. All right, wrapping it up. I know it was a long briefing. I apologize for the length of this, but we had a lot of stuff to pass along. The key points here are unsettled weather patterns shaping up for the next couple of days through this holiday weekend. Unfortunately, unsettled. That pattern may give us a couple opportunities for severe thunderstorms, including later today and again on Saturday. But again, this time of year, we always have to keep an eye for a strong or maybe severe storm with the heat and humidity and the warmth and unstable conditions. But the best chances right now will be later today and again on Saturday for those severe storms. High temperatures during this outlook period will be within a couple of degrees either side of 90. And then finally, that pattern will shift a little bit and daily rain chances will decrease during the latter half of next week, along with cooler temperatures in the wake of a cold front. Now, highlighting again the severe thunderstorm potential for later today, numerous showers and storms are expected to track eastward across central North Carolina today and late afternoon through the evening. You can see there 3 to 1 a.m. is the time we're most concerned about for large hail and damaging winds. All right, so make sure you have a way to get weather alerts. Check the forecast as we head through, or check for forecast updates and warning updates as we head through the day. And remember that additional severe storms will be possible at times this holiday weekend. So with that wraps up our Thursday edition of our weekly briefing for Central North Carolina.